From a story a day, started by Kat Sudan. It was a dark and stormy night. I just got off work and was driving down the road when I heard a loud boom. Far off, any regular routes, nothing much happens around this train station in the wee hours. I decided to keep on driving, and maybe I'll get to my destination before anything else major happens. But the sky kept on lighting up, and the booms kept on getting louder. I should have stopped at that train station back there. So I decided to turn around and head back to the beautiful old train station. It was gorgeous and very well kept up for its time. As I parked my car and got out, I walked toward the station, and then a shadow rushed by the tracks. It startled me, and I jumped back and looked around. At first I didn't see anything, but then I noticed it was only a cute old dog that must have got loose and was hanging around the station. But a stray, or was it merely waiting for someone? I decided to look around that beautiful old train station. As I was looking around, I heard a noise. Thinking it was just the dog, I ignored it and continued exploring the station. Suddenly, I got this eerie feeling someone was standing behind me. I took off running and pounded on the train station door, but no one answered. And there was an eerie light flickering from within, and for some reason, unbeknownst to me, I followed it. I found myself inside the station where I had first seen that eerie light. That eerie light was gone. Standing there in the station, I suddenly got this creepy feeling like someone was watching me. All the time, my head's telling me to get back in the car, my feet not listening to me, and I continued forward toward the glow. The closer I neared the glow, the cooler the room became. I shivered, more from fear than from the room getting cooler. I wanted to run and turn and run, but something compelled me to keep moving towards the glow, so I continued on. As I got closer and closer, the light got brighter. It was just an old man hunched in the corner with a very bright lantern. It looks like he had been camped out there for the night. Maybe the dog was his. The old man seemed to be reaching out to me, as if he wished for me to take whatever it was. The brightly glowing lantern illuminated his face, and I gasped. What was it that drew me in? The dog ran to him. Another loud boom sounded in the distance, and then another, and yet another, getting closer and closer, and I ran towards the old man, the dog, and that glowing lantern. There was another loud boom. It was so close and so loud it shook the station. I turned towards the window to see if I could see anything. My back turned towards the old man and the dog. When I turned back around, the old man and the dog were gone, along with the glowing lantern. Where did they go? I asked myself. I looked around. Suddenly, in the distance, I heard a train whistle. I froze. The station was old and abandoned. The trains had stopped coming through here years ago. How could I be hearing a train whistle now? I looked out the window towards the track. There I saw an eerie glow moving up and down the railroad tracks. It looked like a lantern, but there was no one carrying it. A lantern dancing in the eerie silence, dancing in the windless breeze. A train whistle booms, the vanishing old man and the dog. It was time to get back into my car. I got into my car where my feeling so sleepy I awoke and rubbed my eyes. I was astounded when I was no longer in my own car, but in the train car. The dog beside me panting, hot breath on me. The old man was taking invisible tickets and punching them until he got to me. I put my head down and hoped he would pass me by, but he stopped right by my side. As I continued to look down, to my great surprise, there was a ticket in my lap. And I turned and I handed it to the old man without looking at the destination, just where this train was taking me. The old man handed me back the ticket and continued down the aisle. I looked down at the ticket he had just handed me, and something caught my eye. The date on the ticket was April 24th, 1919, instead of April 24th, 2019. When they typed up these tickets, they must have made a mistake. I sat back in my seat and tried to relax, but something nagging me about this date. I decided to look it up on my phone, so I Googled April 24th, 1919. An article popped up about a train wreck that had happened on that date. I started to read the article. I was halfway through the article when suddenly I froze. The train in the article was this very train. The wreck happened the very same night that was stamped on the ticket, April 24th, 1919. I looked up. The passengers, who just a few hours earlier were dressed in modern everyday clothes with their smartphones, tablets, etc. in their hands, were now dressed in clothes from the 1900s. No smartphone or tablet in sight. I screamed, but no sound came out. How could I be traveling on a train that was totaled in a horrific train wreck exactly 100 years ago today? I looked down at my shoes. These were not the shoes I left home in. Not only were my shoes not the same that I left home in, my whole outfit was different. No longer was I wearing my jeans and Ohio State sweatshirt. Now I had on an outfit that I have only seen in old pictures of my great-grandma. What was happening? I had only heard whispered tales of her disappearance. Not sure of what to do, I sat back and let the train go to its destination. I was very worried, but I needed to get off this train when it stopped before the train wreck happened, if it was going to happen. If. Oh, if. But it happened, and my guess is it would happen again, if only I could figure a way to stop the train before the wreck happened. "Excuse me," a dainty voice said to me. Oh, dare I turn around? I looked up and shifted in my seat. "Can I help you?" I asked immediately. I felt drawn to this woman. How can this be? I don't know her. Never met her, or had I? A vague memory flashed through my mind, and just as quickly it was gone. I had to make up a story so they would stop this train so I could get off soon. But what? And would they even listen, or much less believe me? "You seem quite upset," the woman said, as she gently let her hand hold mine. Now, it will be okay, sweet pea." I had a momentary spark run through me. The only person who called me sweet pea was my great-grandmother. My blood ran cold, and I looked up at her thinking, how can this be? And that's as far as the story's gone so far. The contributing authors: Kat Sudan, Rosalie Ramsey, Jill Gianetta, Elizabeth Matta, Wendy Johnson, Deborah L. McDonald, Jill Appleberg Blythe. And the story continues. And a story a page. A story a day. On a private group. Interested? You can join.